Today we are doing a workshop on color matching. Okay, and we're going to use this Colin Davidson painting as our example. So we need to be able to isolate the colors that we're looking at and the colors that we want to mix. So this is one way you can do it. You can create a little color isolator by cutting a small square out of a piece of paper, and as you can see, we can now isolate a color so that it doesn't be interfered with by the colors that are surrounding it. It makes it easier for us to mix the color that we want. If you have two copies of the picture, then you can use one of the copies to cut squares out. If not, just use the color isolator, and you can cut multiple holes into that piece of paper, the color isolator page, and you can use it as your mixing page. But I'm going to cut these little squares out, and I'm going to arrange them on a clean piece of paper with plenty of space around each one so that I can paint some test colors. Then I'm going to draw these little squares, 4 around each one. These are little swatches where we can test the color that we're mixing to make sure that we're getting closer to the color that we want. The next step is something that most people don't do, and that is to analyze the dimensions of the color. So color has 3 dimensions. You can see I've written HSV underneath each color. So that stands for hue, saturation and value. Okay, so the hue is the bit that you're going to be familiar with. The hue of the color is which color of the rainbow it is. So our first color is green, cold blue green. So I've made a note of that. The saturation of a color is how strong it is, okay? How strong or weak the color is. And I'm giving it a number between 1 and 10. And then for value, the value is how light or dark the color is. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how light or dark is the color? So I'm starting off here with my 3 colors, red, yellow and blue. And we're going to start off by creating a green. And we'll try and make it a blue green. So it's not going to be a warm bright green like a pea green, it's going to be a cold green. And we'll paint it in there. Now we can reassess the color. What is the difference between our green and the green in the middle? Well, the intensity is too high, and that's the one thing that's jumping out at me, so we're going to fix that. So to fix the intensity, to bring the intensity down of that color, we're going to mix the opposite color on the color wheel, and that is red. We're going to put a tiny bit of red in there. And anytime you're adjusting the color, do it gently, do it slowly and gently. The intensity has come down, but the value is now too dark. So we're going to put white into our color. Remember, when you put white into a color, it also brings the intensity down a bit more. There we go, we're getting closer, and all we need to do now is adjust the color that we've got with white until it's at the right value. And I think that's pretty close, so I'm going to move on. And I'm going to jump all the way across over to my red. Okay, starting with just the red that we've got here, let's see what it looks like. It's far too intense, so we're bringing it down with the opposite color, which is green. And now the value is too low, so we're going to bring it up with some white. And at this stage you can see the hue has changed a little. Now it's a little cold, so when we're adjusting it here, we're going to adjust the hue again. add a wee bit of yellow and red back into there to fix the hue. A bit more white. And then we'll paint it in there and we'll adjust it as we go with a little bit of white. And you can also adjust the hue a little, and try to if there's texture, try to create that as well in your box. And I think that's pretty close. So all of these other ones, they're going to be much easier to fill in than the first two, because they're just mixtures of the two colors that we've already made. And of course, don't forget to analyze your colors. And that's them all. There are only one or two other colors that I can see in the Colin Davidson. So if you manage to mix these 5 colors, then you've almost got everything you need to complete that painting. Get stuck in and good luck.